Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller. We're talking about the narcissist in therapy. So, my ex-husband could not and would not accept responsibility for any of the problems in our marriage. When he was asked what part of the problems did he play or own, he said, well, I guess if you say there's problems, I don't see any. Just you and her do, so, well, I'm not perfect, but it's mostly just her perception. Um, you have to understand something about my ex. He was not a stealthy narcissist. He was not very intelligent. He's a farmer boy, so he's a different type of narcissist. He wasn't the mean, vindictive, cunning, sneaky, stealthy narcissist, stealthy and wealthy. He was just very, I guess, sure of himself in the sense that he was perfect and just the way he was, and it didn't matter if he stunk because he didn't shower in a month. It didn't matter that he went out of the house in yucky looking clothes. They don't like it, that's their problem. That was his theory. So, don't dress pleasingly, don't take care of your body, nothing, because everybody else can just deal with it. So anyway, so he'd say, well, I'm not perfect, but it's her perfect perception of me, and she's just confused and messed up, and she just exaggerates things. I don't let things get to me like she does. When asked if he could perhaps at least admit that some of the ways he reacted to me could be upsetting me, like try to see it from her angle, meaning mine, his response was basically, well, yeah, but if she would just do as I tell her, I wouldn't have to get upset. In fact, at one point I left him and we were on a phone call, and I was asking him, will you support your daughter? Will you send us some money for food or something, clothes, whatever? What part will you play while we're trying to work through things in our marriage and I'm over here at my friend's? His response was, I'm not sending any money to support the kids. You're the stupid one that left. Get your butt back here where it belongs. And I said, Roland, you are not my God. And he said, I am the only Lord your knee should ever bow to. Okay, at that point, I said to him, that's never going to happen. You are not God. You're not my God. So, it was the same thing in therapy. If she'd just do as I tell her, we wouldn't have these problems. If she'd just obey me like a good wife should, then it wouldn't be any issue. We wouldn't even be here. As if I provoked him to anger because I would not obey him without question. Something's very off balance and very wrong with that. At one point, he even told the therapist that she didn't know what went on because she didn't live with us, and that he respected her opinion, but she didn't live with us, and therefore you don't really know how my wife is because you don't live here. So, I respect what you're saying, but you have no clue. All right, so the next thing. Number 4, when the therapist was talking, he would constantly interrupt her. He'd be saying, yeah, I see what you're saying, but as if he knew better than the therapist. He would effectively cut her off and interrupt her constantly, like it was a competition for who had the floor. He always portrayed this sense of almost wanting to seem like he was equal to the therapist, and he knew what she was talking about. And, yeah, I read that. Yeah, I understand. I see that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Like, he already knew what she was going to say. It was really weird. He tended to almost try to take over our sessions, and make them all about how knowledgeable he was and how he already knew all this therapy stuff. Fly again, sorry. Anyway, stay tuned. I will talk more on these topics.